It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 880.
What is happening? What's going on, Gronks? JJ, you're out of breath, mate.
We're
What are you
currently on Sleep Republic mattresses,
Yeah.
and we're doing a show, but I just had to run over from the PC. I'm making it sound like it's really far away. The PC's next to my head, but I had to run, press the button, and then come back into the bed.
Yeah, slightly different look to our shot than normal. If you're watching on YouTube, I suggest you go and have a look. We're currently in bed. I mean, this is real good. This is real good. Like being able to... I actually just want to leave my setup. So what I've done this morning is I've moved my whole entire podcast setup to my bedroom, and I'm now on a Sleep Republic mattress doing a podcast. So it doesn't get much better than that.
I feel like from a diaphragm perspective of sort of like talking, if I sound a little different, it's because I'm completely comfortable and lying down.
Well, it was only last week we were talking about being comfortable in life. And one of the things to make you comfortable, at least it's one of the things that it's a controllable, right? Well, if you can control it and you can get a nice mattress, that is one area of life that you can make comfortable.
Well, you're going to spend a lot of time.
Well, you do
on the mattress, you know.
Well, you do, mate. I have an update.
Right.
Bit of a last. I mean, this is the problem with.
You're going to say sad? Is it a sad update?
It is sad. It's very sad. Something went down on Saturday. That was devastating, to be honest. I mean, I've come out saying that I'm one with the magpies because at our new house we've got magpies that must sort of have a few nests around, and they're now relying on us as their main breadwinners and source of food.
What have you been feeding? So you've been feeding them a lot.
Yeah,
what
just
have you been
oats,
feeding them?
Oats, a little bit of chicken, a few veggies. It's nice to, it's like having children. You start understanding their sort of eating patterns. Not really keen on some of the sort of like just grainy bits of things that I throw out. They've become more accustomed to lean beef.
Do they eat the crust?
The crust of
any bread?
Yeah, they peck around a bit. They like to get worms. I don't know. I actually don't know. I mean, I see them getting worms when we're not feeding them. Anyway, so Bodie's in love with them. He's always yelling, "I love you, Maggie. Love you, Maggie." And so we're sleeping on Saturday, and this was during the day. So Bodie wasn't here. He was with his parents. With his parents. He was with my parents. That is the problem when you have a wife that has a baby that you can call mum. I start using the term mum, and I very much confuse the whole thing. So that's how I easily confuse that. But as we're sleeping, Amy recalls after the fact, and you know how much talking about dreams we're not that not that fond of because they didn't actually happen. So it's like you're literally just doing make believes. Yeah. At that point, it's very childish. Yeah. If you really think about it, but Amy recalls what she thought may have been a dream, but it's actually happened. She woke up and she heard something, but then she went back to sleep. But no, she thought she had woken up because she heard something, but she thought that was a dream. But then,
so is this the middle of the night or what time?
Mate, during the day.
During the day.
Bodie goes to mum at my parents, and it's straight to bed.
Just sleeping during the day. You hear that? I remember when I did a bunch of filming with parents. And it was very common for them to nap when their kids are napping. Like that's a thing,
dude,
yeah?
You got to get it in when they are. And that's what, I mean, we've got it. When Bodie was born, having a king-size bed, and Bodie's now 3, having a king-size bed, which I'm currently lying on, is a must. Like, my saying is if the bedroom isn't 80% filled with a bed, you've got the wrong size.
Well, I mean, if anyone should have gone a size down, I feel like it's you because you were in a St Kilda apartment for a long time. it's those apartments aren't made for king size beds.
Well, yeah, I mean, back then it was if the room's not 100% bed, it's not.
You just fall into it, yeah. And so anyway, so you're in bed. Amy wakes up to something, but then goes back to sleep.
Well, I was fast asleep at that point, and then we woke up probably an hour later.
And it involves the magpies.
And I hear Amy just like, oh no. And she's opened up our bedroom window, and outside is the magpie, and it's dead. Oh. It's dead. And so we've gone out to investigate thinking, oh no, what's happened? Immediately, it's, what if we fed it?
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm thinking, nah, absolutely not. Taking no blame there. Absolutely not. You know, these things.
Do you think
have
it could have
guts.
been something with the overfeeding? So
here's what happened. My parents dropped back my son, and I said to Dad, because he's got all the tools. I said, mate, bring a shovel. We've got a burial.
Yeah,
we've got a burial to do. And I actually wanted to tell Bodie that the magpie died, and so I wanted him to sort of experience the whole, this is, it's death. We've got to bury this thing, and eulogy. So Dad brought over the shovel, and we, a couple of blokes just trying to work out and sort of sniff around the situation, investigative journalism at its finest.
Do you think this could be a podcast, the next crime podcast? What happened to Maggie?
Well, I think we know what happened to Maggie. All the dots connect.
Can I guess?
Yeah, go guess.
Maggie was flying and hit the window really hard. That's what has woken Amy up. Maggie's hit it so hard that she's passed away.
Close. The windows at this house we're in are quite thin, and the magpie would have gone straight through the window because it was a big magpie. The magpie has flown into our clothesline, snapped its neck.
Oh no!
And fallen down. And then there's been a few other birds that have come and pecked it.
Oh,
and so because I was thinking, this thing's being done by a fox, but because there was some feathers, but there was no actual bite marks, and the fox would have taken it. And so it was only we worked it out. So the bang that Amy heard while we were having a nap was the bird flying into the clothesline. And
is it a Hills hoist sort of thing?
No, it just sort of comes out from the wall. Okay. And, I mean...
Any clothes on the...
No clothes on there. No clothes. It got clotheslined. Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
It's so full on. And so do you think, are you going to change the colour or put some sort of high-vis lines on the clothesline?
Well, I mean, it's on the magpie.
Does the magpie have kids? Because I feel during spring...
we were sad because there is a few of them, and there is Maggie. There is an older one and a younger one. Here's the thing for you, mate. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon or a baby magpie? Tell me that. I'm talking tiny.
No,
I'm talking those things. Those things
just protected?
Leave home at 27 years old.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like Mr. 97.
They're just I've actually got quite a great investment fund at the moment, and so I can leave the nest. And so, anyway, it's we did a burial, and it was that was quite nice. That was that took up our Saturday afternoon.
Oh, talking burials, I was looking yesterday at the 5 kilometer radius. So there's the app. I think it's called 2 kilometers from me. Oh, it's it works on the web, and it puts and you can select the 5Ks, and you see. Have you done this at all? Have you actually seen how far your limits are?
Yeah, so I jumped on it. Just put in your address, and it just shoots it out 5K, and then does a radius of that. And so it's I mean, it doesn't even get me to the office. It's a bit annoying.
Yeah, sure. Well, so I did it, and then I was like, I'm going to see. Because I've got my baseball gloves that Sevs and Grace got me for my birthday, but no one will play. I've asked Jack Post, who lives close by, if he can buy one, because I've got a small glove and a big glove.
Yeah.
And anyway, I did the 5 kilometer radius, and I saw there is an overlap. Like if you have like a Venn diagram type thing, there is
great.
about a 200 meter section where Sevs, Grace, and I and Brie could meet up, and there was so much greenery. And I zoomed in. I sent it to them first and said, "Hey, look at this greenery. We should go there. We should do baseball there." And it wasn't until further inspection that I realised it was a cemetery, which would have. I think it's inappropriate to be playing any sort of sports in a cemetery.
Well, it's a good point.
But then the great thing is, because I was just looking at these big green patches, because the cemetery, you think about it, cemeteries are huge, right? And so when you would see like a speck of green, you'd be like, oh, that's going to be like a corner park, like a tiny little piece of land that like a house could be on. But no, we ended up finding right next to it a nice park. And so I got to use my baseball and baseball glove for the first time yesterday.
How'd you go?
Really good. I got into sort of Coach Janssen mode where I was just, because Brie had to go as well.
Yeah.
And so I'm telling everyone, just, you need to be, I've got reflux from talking. I've had a coffee and I'm laying down and I might vomit, but I feel great. What was I saying?
Coach Janssen.
Oh yeah, Coach Janssen. Yes. And so I was sort of, because I played T-ball when I was a kid, I was giving some advice around, walk into it. You've got to sort of, you're just giving a few suggestions. Put the other hand behind your back, because for some of them, they were actually reaching with the wrong hand. So really? The non-glove hand. Yeah, because if you think about it, your glove hand's on your, if you're a right-handed person, it's on your left hand. And
True.
So for people who have never played baseball before, it can be tempting to use your right hand.
That is true. Well, it'd be very easy to do. Just go for a grab with your right. And so does Sebs has a glove too?
Well, no. So he
just brought his own mitts, his hands.
Well, this is the thing. So we were sharing, which I don't know how COVID safe that is, sharing gloves. We're getting all careful with our masks and stuff, but then we were using each other's gloves. But he was pumped because the glove that is for Brie fit really well on his hand, so he got to we got to play, and that was a lot of fun. But I just feel like I'm very like yesterday was a very active day. Like I felt like someone who does a lot, like because I haven't done much.
A guy who does a lot on a Sunday deserves to just be in bed the whole day
exactly.
on Monday.
No, but we had got the Sleep Republic mattress, and it is way, way, way smaller, the package. So I hadn't looked online how these mattresses work, but they come in this like if you think about a mattress, if it's sort of the quarter of a size of an actual mattress, it comes in a box that's almost like the like the trolleys that someone would like use to deliver something. It just comes on it like a narrow trolley. And at first I was like, oh, this isn't the mattress. And so anyway, not only did I play baseball yesterday, but then it was one of the few times where I was like, hang on, like I'm looking after doing the mattress type, because normally it's a pain in the ass, like dealing with like, something that's massive. But I did the whole thing. I cut it all. Like they give you these protector, like this protector thing. And I feel like I followed every single instruction, got it out, got it done. And then not only did I do that, but I then cut down the box and put it in the recycling bin.
Did you?
And so I feel like I'm a man. I'm a real man today. I'm feeling it.
And all it took was a mattress in a box.
Yeah, and just a mattress in a box, bit of baseball. It makes me want to do, like I straight away go to the extremes on all of this.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I want to do like the baseball thing. I want to do it weeknights. Like it took an hour. It took an hour and 15 minutes to walk the 4.8 kilometers to get to the park, and then we had
It's a solid walk.
Played there for a bit and then went back. But could you imagine like a 5 o'clock, like especially with daylight savings, this is what it's for, isn't it? It's like to walk to a park, catch up with friends, then walk back. And Bree's like, but by the time we walk back, it will be nearly 9 o'clock. But isn't that the joy? Like as a kid, remember you'd just go on a bike and you'd be out until it was late and then you would, go to bed.
Oh, mate. I mean, I was out walking yesterday as well, and it is that vibe. It's very, all the feelings bring me back to my childhood of just roaming. Mm-hmm. It was quite primitive as a young teenager young man in Brighton, just roaming the suburbs, just sniffing around, breaking branches.
Oh, there were so many kids just like you. Like that they had their bikes and they were doing wheelies on their bikes and they were just riding way closer than they needed to when we were throwing the ball.
Oh, yeah. Well, yesterday I was walking through these because earlier last week it was pouring rain, heaps of rain, heaps of water in the rivers, and it was muddy as hell. And I found myself just like, you wouldn't want to go down there to these people coming towards me. I'd been like navigating through these like muddy sort of pathways, and these people were just felt so sorry for this old bugger just on just the bike that was meant for a flat surface of concrete.
Sure.
Is on this muddy puddled
mountain bike
pathway.
Yeah.
Oh. I really wanted to go back and just to see someone just in the mud, just eating it.
I feel like this weekend was the type of weekend. It's a very adult style weekend because the other thing that we did was because we walked, 4.8 Ks away. It was a different sort of environment than what we're used to, and you straight away go into real estate websites and looking at properties and you're like, oh, that would be like, oh yeah, you could do this or you could do that. Like it just had that suburban but also sort of close to the city vibe, families around. Like it's not having to
Am I sniffing that you're willing to move out to the burbs?
Well, I think if we could find like a nice middle ground where it's just like you're not dealing with drug overdoses. That would be nice.
Dude.
Just being able to walk around and feel like you're not going to get stabbed. That would be nice.
Dude, so where Sevs lives and I.
Yeah.
Mate, this is it. My brother lives out here, and so growing up in a city most of our lives and then living in places like St Kilda, moving out to places like this, you never felt more safe. It is like, so what you're talking about, it doesn't exist out here. Yeah. You're not finding a syringe on the ground. But you're 10 minutes from what you're talking about. You're 10 minutes from your dealer. Back in.
And also like you're close to the shops.
Yeah.
All that sort of thing. Are you going to the shops at all?
Yeah, it's
you're going to the cinemas,
escape, right?
No one's there.
It's getting out. You just supermarkets. They've run out of Ooshies at Woolworths.
Really?
It's
what do you do if you spend over $30 and you can't get an Ooshie? Do they give you some sort of credit that you can get at another time?
Yeah, so you keep your receipt.
Okay.
And then you can take it back.
So how do they know? So how do they know that you have or haven't received your Ooshies?
Yeah, it could be something on the printout. That would make sense. I haven't actually.
Because you could, like, not to scam the system, but if you were just to get a bunch of receipts with over $30 and say, hey, here's the 7 times that I came in and you guys didn't have Ooshies.
Yeah, good point. I'll look into that because I've been at multiple Woolworths where I've heard them say, oh, just keep your receipt. There's no Ooshies at the moment. And what was I doing at those Woolworths? Looking for Ooshies.
That's all you. Do you reckon you actually have changed your shopping habits due to wanting more Ooshies?
Well,
that's a no.
I think so. To the point of, so a lady did it in front of us yesterday. It was her she'd literally spent like $27, and she spent an extra couple of bucks to get to the 30 to get the receipt for the Ooshie. And so this is where it is. It's the roundup game. If you're at 125, drop another 5 and you get an extra Ooshie.
Yeah.
This is how they're getting you. Like, this is the biggest rort, the roundup rort. That's what they call it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good promo, isn't it? It's working.
It is working. It is working. And so, laboursome-wise, you doing your mattress, did you break a sweat? How did you go? I mean,
no,
you sweat.
It was
you just
so
broke
easy.
A sweat running back to your bed.
Yeah, I did. And so it doesn't take much. But so the thing I was surprised about, first of all, also from a reviews perspective, you know that I've had a terrible back. The reviews say that this is meant to be amazing. Like, there's heaps of people who are saying, I've got a fucked back, and thanks to Sleep Republic, I've fixed my back. So I'm excited. I'm excited about that.
Well, they're not just foam. They're not just a piece of foam. They got high definition pocket springs in it, mate. I know you're a numbers guy, and all I will say is you've got a queen. And I've got more springs than you. I'm currently rocking 2,250 high definition pocket springs. So.
But the thing is, like, I can see why, like, the Sleep Republic mattresses is a thing, because, I mean, so the misconception I think that's out there is if it's squished into this box, if it's easy, like if it's easy to do, you would assume, or my assumption previously was, it's an inferior product. But that's, I think, the biggest shock has been, is they've made it smaller, they make it more convenient, and it's a higher quality product.
Well, it's not done by hand. It's not squished into the box just using your hands.
Well, so it's like rolled in. So it's rolled in, and so I watched some videos of mattresses like this online, where
getting rolled into a box.
Well, no, not getting rolled into a box. Someone opening it up, and that they open the. So basically, it's around this like blue wrap. And you cut the blue wrap using their special tool, so you don't cut into the mattress, and then it sort of opens up, and it's like got a compressed air thing, and you just cut it a little bit, and it like starts to expand. But if you
look, vacuum sealed it in. They vacuum sealed it in.
But you just don't think that something could be so big, could be at any point so small. But the crazy thing is, I think it was like a TikTok or whatever, where someone's opening one of these styles of mattresses, and it just like explodes and like flings them across the room. And so I was sort of ready, like as I was doing it, I'm like, my hands were shaking a little bit. I'm like, this is all too easy, but I've just, I'm sort of getting ready for what's going to happen. Yeah. And it's all very anticlimactic in a good way, where it's just like, it opens up, it rolls. And then I like left the room, and Bree's like, it's opening. And it was like, and it also has that new mattress smell as well.
Is it true that you came back and it was, it
was all made.
Sheets on? It was made?
Yeah, it was amazing.
How
it was
the
amazing.
Hell?
I don't know how it happened, but it was fully made.
Well, if you want a Sleep Republic mattress, if you are looking, I've been recommending Sleep Republic to people for years. Yeah. And if you want one, if you need a new mattress, like Josh has said, for someone who doesn't really like getting his hands dirty in this kind of activity.
Well, it's delivered. It's delivered. It doesn't have the pain. So I was like worried about, like, I came downstairs when it arrived, being like, oh, this is going to be I'm getting ready to maneuver this in the lift. And the guy comes out, and it fits perfectly in the lift. If you're in an apartment block, this is the perfect solution.
Mate, there's free delivery Australia-wide, easy returns, no risk.
Money-back guarantee. I mean, the thing is, it's good to have the money-back guarantee. I'm not an admin guy. Wouldn't do it even if it was shit. But knowing that it is good and that you're not going to have to use that is great. But if it is there, if you are someone, Bree is someone that if it wasn't good, she would use but the money back guarantee. So if you are that type,
Really?
what is it? It's like 100 days or something?
Or it's a 100-night free trial. So if you're not digging it, you can send it back. But that's on you. The ad,
and so the
that's
other
on your
thing,
conscience.
The way that all of the springs work, it's good for like having a couple of people, like as in your partner or whatever, because it's sort of how does it work? I don't know if they've actually. I saw it on their website or whatever. It just sort of molds or whatever into the specific person.
Yeah, so it's like edge support. So the edges, classic on the old mattress as a kid, I'd sit on the edge and I'd fucking fall straight to the floor. Whereas these have a solid edge line. So when you're on there and you're getting close, dude, as a parent, I get fucking so close. It almost looks like I'm trying to escape. Some nights you'd walk in and be like, this guy's about to do a runner. I'm sleeping along the edge of it based on having Bodhi just head on my pillow, or he's lying sideways between Amy and I. Amy's on the other side. So we're prisoners and we've got this sort of, this president in the middle. He's just this little menace in between us, but he's lying side to side. So we're having to lie on the right edge. So that's the thing. Most beds, like a lot of them, they drop off at the sides. And so what you're talking about is the edge support.
Or even having, I know on the our old mattress, Bree would say, like if we switch sides or whatever, she'd be like, oh, it's all sloping and gone shit on my side because I'm heavier. Whereas with this tech, I think it's sort of it does a better job of keeping the shape and stuff.
Mate, you got that spring support, baby. Hey, let's just reminisce on a few places that we've done a podcast from. I mean, one of the early days was from our boot of the car at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah, Narry Warren.
Yeah,
great establishment.
Times Square. That was great.
Very noisy.
very noisy.
Because we couldn't even really hear each other, but it sounded great.
It sounded great. You nearly got nipped by a horse.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Where else have we done one?
Oh, look, we've done one
over the weekend. There was at the donut shop, like just from a market.
Yeah, yeah. There was a bunch of times that we did it, like just in the car. Especially early days. Yeah, we would sometimes meet up. Maybe even before my trip, was it, where we weren't even in business yet together, and we would. You'd come around at 9:30 and we'd do it. But we did it. We did it in Sydney.
Sounds like an affair.
It's got all.
Where do we do it? We did it from the Abyss, the Ibis in Sydney.
Oh, that's right. The Ibis. Yeah.
Oh, we did it in Airbnb in LA. We did it there.
And
we didn't do it in the New York Airbnb though.
No. No, I think the lighting wasn't
We
great.
got it done in the park, though.
Yeah, we went to Central Park. That was nice.
Central Park.
But we did it at the Grove as well in Los Angeles,
That's right.
which we posted a photo over the weekend of that. But it would be nice. I was watching this, is his name Ewan McGregor? Ewan? Do you know
Ewan McGregor, as in the actor?
Yeah.
Very famous actor, yes.
So
yeah.
he's got a show on Apple TV Plus. Have you seen this?
Yeah. No.
It's like
he's a bit of a heartthrob. What's he?
Yeah, and so he rides a motorbike, and him and his mate are going from like Argentina to Los Angeles on electric motorbikes, and it did get me thinking. It would be nice to. When we can, like we were the traveling show for a while, we did, it would be nice to have a version of that. We even spoke about going to Perth and picking up Grace. That would have been fun, Mr. 97's girlfriend.
It's now us going to drop her off.
yeah, exactly.
And Sevs, that's the thing.
Yeah.
The deal is we have to then drop Sevs and Grace off.
Maybe we could do that. So I know that they are wanting to go back in January. For Jeremy Grace's brother's wedding, I wonder if we can offer to drive. But I'm guessing. I mean, the thing is, it's so hard with all of the COVID stuff at the moment.
Oh yeah, but by far, all the places that we've done the podcast, this has been the most comfortable. Don't you reckon?
Yeah, I think it's going to be hard to actually start doing any work now.
Well, no, we have a few meetings after this, and
can I
I'm
do it? I'm not
going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm not
this
fucking
is comfy.
moving.
The only change I'd make is at the moment I'm so fully lying down, so I'd probably just sit up.
I will admit I don't have pants on.
No, I respect that.
I've got undies. I just don't have pants,
good.
and you're not going to tell me otherwise. If you want a Sleep Republic mattress, sleeprepublic.com.au, or you can check them out on Instagram, sleep.republic. I highly recommend. As my motto goes, 80% bedroom is 80% bed. That's what you want. Get a king.
Yes.
Even in a one-bedroom
That
apartment.
could be the whole... Yeah, that's the campaign. It's just that you always need a king. You never know. Prepare now. No, they are super, super comfy. But also, it's always that fine line because it's comfy with support. There's nothing like, there's the mattresses or whatever. Like, oh, this is sort of comfy. But it's you can't get up the next morning. This feels like the perfect the combo. Yeah.
No, you got it. Spot on, mate.
All right. Well,
happy Monday, Gronks.
It's the Daily Talk Show. I've got to go turn off the stream. But if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe on your favourite podcast app. And we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good one.
See you guys.